My name is Chid, and this year I passed my driving test.
My name is Og, and this year I doubled my income from the start of the year to the end of the year.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Stay on the Line, Sis. This is actually the last episode of 2025, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, episode 11, I think.
Yeah, I wish we were ending on around,
Mm,
or even an even number at least.
but we're still very much early days. But thank you for joining us this week. We were just going to do a recap of the year, which has been, yeah, it's been full of a lot of different things, good and bad. And I'm just, how would we categorize this year in terms of the general zeitgeist? Like, I know that 2016 is a year that everyone harks back to, went down in history as like one of the funnest five. Like, it
It
feels like a lot
was,
of people had a lot of change this year. Some people have described it as a filler year.
yeah, it was a bit rubbish generally. I know that there were good moments, obviously, with everything, but it does feel like it was a bit crap. I did find out that it is 2025 was the year of the snake. And
Hmm.
so there is that symbolic shedding of getting rid of things and making room for something better. I don't know. I feel like the general vibe is it wasn't up there, with the greats,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, which I'm just hoping that that means that next year is going to be really, really good. Like I feel like it has to have been setting us up for something. I'm hoping for a kind of 2026, no, 2016 year in 2026. That would be amazing. But I don't know if life is ever going to feel like that again. Just like the freedom and the lightness, and it just felt real in a way that I don't know what has this year given us. We've deepened our investment into AI, so navigating the online world is such a different experience where you don't even know if what you're looking at is real or I mean it's impacted a lot of things. But yeah, I feel like there's we've moved so far from what we knew to be good that it's hard to say that next year is going to be much better, but I'm just being optimistic about it because I do have a good feeling about it. I'm also thinking about this year in like pop culture moments. How iconic has this year been? What did we actually get this year?
Okay, some of the top things that very recently we've been enjoying is, let's get this out of the way. It's 6-7. That that went viral for whatever reason it went viral for. And that was a big part of the year, especially for the youngins.
Yeah, that was a really weird meme. What does that tell us about where we're at as a society that that's what took hold so deeply? Is it that everything is just meaningless now? Because we do love a meme. We love a meme that kind of strays so far from its origin that it just kind of morphs into if you know the reference, you know, and then it's like stacking references on top of each other, and then you just have the most unintelligible phrase ever that is a combination of like 12 different really niche references, but it's always referencing something. Whereas 6-7 is just like so detached from any kind of meaning. And that's the whole point, apparently. Like there is an origin where someone said the numbers strangely and it just caught on. But there's also like the fact is it doesn't actually mean anything. I don't know what that says about us these days that that's the kind of one of the big memes, but it is so fun. I don't know when we started enjoying it because we were intense haters of it, and then that if you can't beat them, join them, just
Yeah.
yeah, became the philosophy. And it's funny because at your birthday, one of your friends was really resistant, and she works with kids, so it's just something that's quite annoying for her. But by the end of the night, she was getting involved so much every time someone said 6-7, which is shockingly very often.
It's
But
frequent. Yeah.
6-7 is everywhere somehow, and you didn't realize it was until you started looking for it. There's 6-7. There's also Madame Morrible, Flip It Around, Wicked Witch.
Oh my God. I can't tell you how much that has really improved everything for me.
It's
I
such a good
just
one,
love it. Michelle Yeoh,
such a good
like,
one. Yeah, it's the joy that she brought it to us as well. Like
she
now,
loved it.
it's become very joyful. Every time I'm like, flip it around, take a situation, flip it around, just see, look at it from different angles. What do you get? Wicked Witch. But those are more recent ones. What else have we, meme-wise, what have we got? Like, what's formed part of our cultural landscape this year? I know there was, no, this is not the year that Trump got shot. This is the year that Charlie Kirk got shot, which was,
Yeah.
everyone remembers where they were when those videos popped up online, I think. Well, I definitely do, because it was very much real time, where it was like, oh, he's been shot, and then shortly after, confirmed dead, and the tweets from Donald Trump and other world leaders. And then the video, which was very explicit. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok,
Yeah,
which shocked me because
that's
TikTok's
crazy.
quite Yeah, it's supposed to censor a lot of stuff.
Because it was quite, I think, because it was all very real time, like,
Mm.
and there was so much of it that the algorithm hadn't, or the censoring hadn't caught up to it at that point. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy. That was a big thing from this year, which has just created a weird butterfly effect where now Nicki Minaj is very right wing, and who knows if she's always been that way, but is at least now openly sharing her hateful views on stage with Erica Kirk,
Erica
who
Kirk is
is grieving in a very strange way.
she's scaring me. She looks
Yeah.
like did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
No, I didn't. I never got into it.
Oh right. She reminds me of the White Walkers.
Is it her piercing blue eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look cold and terrifying.
Really, really doesn't feel like she I would just love to see her in her natural habitat and be a fly on the
Hmm.
wall and watch what she's really like because that can't be real. I
Honestly,
don't know. There's something very alien about her.
yeah, 100% agree with that. This year we had Beyonce winning her first, no, she won her first Grammy for Album of the Year, which long time
Crazy.
coming. How the hell has it been this long? They finally put their wrongs right, the Grammys, but then did a weird, shady thing where they then flipped it around. Wicked
Wicked
Witch.
Witch. What?
Yeah. So Beyonce released Cowboy Carter this year, which was a brilliant
Mm,
album.
thank God.
Thank God, country album, and she won her album of the year. Her Grammy was for Best Country Album.
Right.
Sorry, these are two different Grammys that she won, I think. So the first one
Okay.
was Album of the Year. Were they two different awards? Album of the Year and Best Country Album. That one needs a VAR. But in any case, she won that award for Best Country Album with Cowboy Carter. And the Grammys changed the category. Yeah, so post her win, they changed it to Best Contemporary Country Album, which on the surface, I guess, looks all right, but just weird timing after giving it to Beyonce, the type of album that it is. It's a country album that by a black woman who, I mean, grew up with country music. It's very much her culture, very much reflects her childhood, and her history. But they've changed it to contemporary, which kind of, I don't know, sometimes it feels like when it's non-white, then it starts to become like an exception somehow. But that was a big moment because she was the first black woman to win that award, and because that album is just, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's one of those albums that on first listen you might not be as excited about it, but it takes like the second or third time, and always listen to it from start to finish as well. Because this one is definitely one that Beyonce always is very intentional about the structure of her album and the flow, and that run from like Riverdance up until the end of the album is so legendary that you just have to sit and listen to it top to bottom. We went to see her twice this year.
Yes, those were the big highlights of 2025. Seeing her in London. That was so last minute. We got FOMO. We
Hmm.
saw that she went on her world tour, which was I think it was just Europe and America. I can't remember which other countries that she did actually. Don't know how far reaching the world tour was. But she did quite a few dates at London Tottenham Stadium. Oh my goodness, it looked amazing. We had already booked. So me, Ek, and Og had bought tickets for our younger sister who had just turned 18. And so we were
Hmm.
like, right, let's get her tickets and we'll make it Paris. It'll be really, really fun.
Hmm.
So that was
Perfectly. It literally would have been a couple of days after her last exams as well, I think.
yes. So it was
Yeah.
it aligned perfectly. But we started seeing what was going on in Tottenham. We were watching it on our stories, and we were seeing it online, and we were just like
How can we
itching
not
for
see
it.
Beyonce in our home city and she's literally right there? How can Beyonce being in London and we don't go and see her? And the tickets were still available. There were still some like obstructed seats. And also it was, I think, so Ek is our older sister, and I think she was also needing a pick me up. All of us were just kind of like, do you know what? I think what we need is to see Beyonce this week.
Yeah.
And we also went to the stadium and got some merch as well. So we all got our jerseys, our Cowboy Carter jerseys with our names on the back. And yeah, it just lifted our spirits in a very, very needed way. We all went matching in our jerseys and such a good concert, such a good day. And then we got to do it again, but this time in Paris, which, guys, I have to say, seeing Beyonce in Paris was such an insane experience. I think that
100%.
they have us beat in terms of vibe. Like the crowd was so vibey before
Yeah.
the concert, like in the part where everyone's scanning their ticket, just before you scan your tickets and you're finding your seats and you're getting drinks and merch or snacks or whatever. Just in the part where everyone's waiting or walking over to the gate, the vibes, there was music playing, people were dancing, everyone was so decked out and dressed up, just connecting really, really effortlessly and having such a fun time dancing to Beyonce, singing along to all the songs that the random DJs in the streets were playing, grabbing drinks from the bar, like they had like different vans that were selling alcohol and stuff. So it just, yeah, I definitely want to go back to Paris for the
Definitely.
next, yeah, for act three, I want to be in Paris and London again as well. We have three
We-
locations pegged.
Yeah, the 2026 we need to be saving. The Beyonce fund
Hmm.
needs to be strong because we do need to
Yeah.
do London again. We do need to do Paris again and
Hmm.
perhaps across the pond. But honestly, it
Hmm.
felt like a street party before the concert. It was
Exactly. That is the
absolutely
feeling.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it
so
did give
good.
street party.
And then in there, in the actual concert, the vibes continued and carried. Like my
Yes.
head was pounding from the screaming and the
Hmm.
just being part of, oh, just imagine being Beyonce or even one of the dancers on stage, just
I always
soaking
think
that
that
in.
any kind of like live production that I go to see, like in the theater or a concert, I always imagine being even backstage, even part of like the tech team or like
Mm,
the ensemble cast or the vocalist or background dancer. The vibes and the atmosphere must be so amazing. Actually, when we were in London, we had obstructed seats, so they were literally side on to the stage. And we had a glimpse into
oh
backstage. So we actually
yeah.
saw like when Blue would go back after doing her dance number, and you see her like do a little shimmy because she nailed it, or which was a
Yeah.
really cool insight. But Paris, another huge highlight from the Paris show is that we happened to be at the one where Beyonce brought out her husband.
Oh my God.
Yes, we were there. We were there when Jay-Z came on and performed Niggas in Paris,
Oh,
and the whole stadium rocked.
honest.
As in, as in the ground underneath our feet was shaking. The whole place rocked. It was insane. I've never felt such jubilation as I did in that moment. And we were there hoping for Miley Cyrus or Shabuzi.
Yeah.
And still, I would have been very happy with those two. But Jay-Z, yeah,
That was
that was a treat.
it was so funny because Miley was there the night before ours,
Hmm.
and we had seen that she had landed back in London
Hmm.
the day that we were seeing Beyonce, and I still had it in my mind that maybe
Did she
she's
come
coming
back?
back. Maybe she's
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
quickly
Jump on
come
the
back.
Eurostar.
Yeah, it's a quick train ride. But to have Jay-Z and then she sang Drunk in Love right after and she
Oh
hadn't
my
performed
God.
that. It was just absolutely I've actually got the video moment of Jay-Z coming out and our genuine like
Same.
reactions of us holding out onto our cowboy hats and just screaming and jumping. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. My video is literally just everything starts shaking. I think I dropped everything that was on my person because I was jumping up so much. But yeah, that was absolutely amazing. Another highlight, speaking of street parties, was this was the same trip. We also went to Fate to the Music this
Oh
same
my
trip
God.
because
Yeah.
this weekend happened to be the same weekend of Fate to the Music. I think it was also Fashion Week, was it? I don't know. There was
Yes.
something else happening in Paris this weekend because the whole place was chock-a-block. It was sardines on the metro. It was the hottest, the peak like heat of the year. I think it was 33 degrees.
Yeah.
We were sweltering and then jumping on that metro, pack up. The smells, guys. And I know Paris already, it's not the cleanest city.
They've got a bad rep for the
They've got
smells.
a well-deserved reputation for being stinky. There's so much I love about Paris, but the smells, goodness me. And then add that to everyone squeezing up together on the metro.
Oh my God, armpits underneath, like your underneath
Armpits.
armpits when you're sitting down, and you just get the, oh my God.
Yeah. The Fate to the Music thing was so funny though, because the French were not trying to have Brits join in on the fun. They were gatekeeping that shit with their lives. And even this year, like I saw someone post a TikTok being like, guys, it's 8 months till Fate to the Music. This British woman posted this, and in the comments, all the French people were like, guys, so sad. It's actually cancelled this year. Sad face. Oh my God, guys, they've cancelled it. Sad face. It's not cancelled. They just don't want us to go. Don't listen. If you want to go, go. But I will say it didn't really give what it needed to give. It was fun. We had a good time, but it was also very chaotic and scary at points. Like as soon as we got off the train and we were walking to the spot where we were going to that. There was a place where there was like a recess DJ,
Yeah.
and we were walking in that direction. And the first thing we see was a girl smash a bottle and threaten another girl with it. Like fights we saw, and then just literally a minute up the road, another fight. Just fights, fights, fights. Crowds. At one point, as we were walking closer to the DJ set where Recess was playing, there was such a it became almost like a crowd crush where we literally had to turn around and say, let's go, because
Yeah.
who knows if we're going to get out of it if we go in further. And the people that were coming out of the crowd that we were walking towards looked so frazzled and relieved to finally be able to breathe. And there were also fights in there. This woman was having a full-on panic attack behind me.
Yes, she had
You
her
remember?
kids with her. I don't have no
Not even
idea.
that one. That was a different one. There was a woman who had her kids with her, which was crazy. And then further on after she passed us, she had a full-on fight with someone in the crowd further up,
Yeah.
dragging her. Heads were being dragged.
Yes.
People were
Yeah.
literally, that happened. But then behind me, there was a woman who just kept screaming, who was screaming her head off. And she was like literally having a panic attack. And I was like, guys, we need to calm down, because otherwise this is how accidents happen.
Mm.
It was scary. I was thinking, what if she throws up or something and she's right behind me? I will actually die.
Oh God. And the man trying to bring his electric scooter through the crowd. I was just thinking, people
Yeah.
don't have sense in certain situations. Like,
Mm.
why do you think in this moment your
It's
electric
time to
scooter
drag
should
your
be
bike through.
here, your
Yeah.
child should be here?
Why is your child there?
I
And these were like literal. She had like two infants. It was a lot. It
Yeah.
was a lot. She had to rock someone at the time. I can't believe they had that fight. She came from being like, guys, there are children here, to literally minutes away,
Baddies.
baddies, crazy. But that was a highlight, definitely. What else did this year give us? We got a lot of visits to space. That was random.
Yeah, I don't know why. Katy Perry went there. She went up
Yeah,
there.
somehow we're making it like a. I do wonder, like, at what stage is it going to be just a common destination, and not for everyone, obviously, but for like wealthy people. Like, how long until Kim Kardashian goes to space?
Yeah. I
Because
bet they
she
would do it.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah, and they put it
she's
on
going.
Keeping Up or whatever the
Yeah.
show's called at the moment. I'm surprised that more of them didn't go up there. But what do they do up there? Do they just go there and come back?
Lord knows. Genuinely, Lord knows. But now she's with Justin Trudeau. I'm not gonna lie, this
Yeah.
year has been kind of random.
It's so
It's been
weird.
kind of right. It's been anything and everything. Chock a block, whatever you like, mix and match.
Kylie and Timothy Chalamet are together as well, which unlikely pairing.
But did they get together this month? This year, I mean? I feel like they've been together for quite some time.
I can't remember 2024, so I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah. No, we don't need to remember 2024. That one's gone. Onwards and upwards.
We did get the Coldplay CEO
Oh
drama,
yes,
which was I
yes.
wish it like was drawn out for long. I know that's someone's life, but I wanted to see the behind the
More of the
scenes. What's going on
fallout.
with the
Yeah,
family? Are they
yeah.
together now? What's going
Hmm.
on? Who's the new CEO? Who's the head of
Yeah.
HR now?
Give
Like I
us the
just
full fallout. I actually saw something that I fell for fake news on TikTok, and it was because I wanted it to be true so bad. And it was a TikTok of a girl. I think it was just her around a fireplace or something, and she was like, "When your parents have just been exposed for an affair at a Coldplay concert, basically pretending that she was the daughter of the Coldplay guy.
Oh,
And I loved it so much because I was like, this is amazing. There's a woman on the inside who is willing to publicize the fallout and tell us more about the background. I followed her so quickly. I was like, keep it up, girl. You're doing a good work. And then it was fake news. And I should have seen that coming because just 'cause I wanted it to be true so bad.
that's the thing about 2025. It's been full of fake
Yes.
news, fake images, rage baity stuff that's not true, just
Hmm.
to get followers and clicks and likes. And it's not
Hmm.
okay because the people like us that feed off of gossip,
Drama.
information,
Hmm.
drama, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
I hope you
Now
took
we
back your follow
I did, yeah, I did.
because,
But it's just it's just embarrassing when I tell my friends, guys, the CEO's daughter is posting on TikTok, and they're like, "Oh, I think that's not real," and you're like, "Okay, thank you." I fell for it as well yesterday.
oh yeah,
A Pop Crave parody account that was pretending that Steph Curry and Aisha broke up. And not that I wanted it to be true, but just you see the news and then you share it with everyone around you, and they're like, immediately, my cousin was like, that's a fake account. I'm like, fuck. It's the same with AI. To be honest, AI I'm actually quite good at spotting, but it's these fake stories that are getting me, where it's real people. There's actually some AI content that I'm actually enjoying, which is so auntie for me to say. But there's like the dog podcasts. It's so
yeah, because
weird.
those were the
But
TikToks
the
you were
dog
sending me
hosts,
for a while.
I love them. It's like dogs that host a podcast, and it's these two female dogs, and they do like different dating like segments where I think the poodle is being set up. So it's a golden retriever and a poodle, and the golden retriever is trying to find a match for the poodle. And they'll often have different candidates. So they'll have different male dogs come on and go on dates, and the golden retrievers watching and commenting and just laughing at her. And then the two of them do their little debrief, and they're just so funny. It's just just girls together doing girly things. And there's another one that I'm also enjoying, which is me in my auntie bag, and it's just different stories like that are animated using AI. Have you seen them? And it'll be like it's
Yes.
usually Nigeria, like it's Nollywood style. It'll be two besties who've gone on a night out, and then they meet a man who is rich, and one of the friends is like very demure and humble and sweet, and she's just, living her life and being a good girl. And the other one is a got gold digging, kind of like sugar baby type character, encouraging her friend to date for money purposes. And then the rich guy falls for the humble girl, and then her evil friends in her ear, like trying to just get her to do bad things. Just like random storylines of this, but all quite Nollywood style. So it can be like a long lost a dad who didn't know about his triplets and they all have blue eyes. It's honestly so silly, but I actually love them. For some reason, I watched part one, part two, part three, all the way up to part six, or however long it goes, and I'm like, oh, what's Stephanie gonna do today about her friend who's being such a bitch, or is she gonna finally tell her the dad that these are his kids? Yeah, no, it's good.
I love that for you. The funny
It's
one was the
good.
Bible story ones where it's like the
Those are
AI
my
Jesus.
number one favorite one. That's my number one favorite type of AI content. The biblical vlogging style.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it'll be Moses being like, guys, I just came back. I just got the people. Pharaoh said we can't have them, but I just went and got them. We're heading across the Red Sea now. I'll let you know how that goes. And then he'll come back being like, guys, just believe me when I say this. I know it sounds crazy. It just parted. The Red Sea parted. We went through. I've got the people. Don't ask questions. We have to keep going. And then it'll be later on and be like, I just found this. It's so good. Or like Jesus being like, I just turned water into red wine. That's so good. And each clip is a completely different accent. Like it will start from like an American accent, and then it'll go into a random West African accent, and then it will go into very British, and just AI doing whatever it likes. But do you know what this year
God.
has taught me is that I need to decrease my screen time. I
Oh
actually need
my
to make an
God.
active effort. Like one of my friends, he has this app that actually locks your phone off and you only get 1 hour a day of use.
Mm.
Or maybe
Wait,
it's
is
just
that
like for
for,
certain social media apps.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask, is it for specific apps or is it for the whole phone? Because I'm sorry, you're not looking off my whole phone. I'm paying
Yeah,
for that.
no. I'm gonna assume it's for specific apps, and I think it is for specific apps. That so he only gets 1 hour of time on, yeah, the different social medias, which seems like a good idea.
It does. I do want to reduce my screen time, but I just don't know how realistic it is in terms of some of my other goals, like TikTok.
Posting more on TikTok.
Yeah, growing TikTok and going. But then it's like, do you need to be mindlessly scrolling to research, quote unquote, what's
Mm,
trending, or are you just wasting your time? I think it's the latter.
yeah, maybe the issue is actually in the mindlessly. So it's
Yeah.
one thing if you're like, I've got now an hour on TikTok to do some research into the trends and seeing what people are posting, get some ideas, or just like downtime, just enjoy
Mm.
the time and having that as a dedicated hour versus now the rest of the evening is just me scrolling on TikTok, like
Yeah,
aimlessly.
exactly. I was editing in bed the other day and Will was watching me. I didn't realize he was watching me. And he was like, it's so weird. You're editing and every like 3 minutes you'll just pick up your phone and start scrolling. And
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even know that
Consciously.
yeah, it's just happening. He's like, oh, were you doing something on your phone? And I was like, what do you mean? It's like you just keep on picking it up every and I was just like, yikes.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't know. Do you also, I will be watching something like on my laptop or on the TV and then suddenly open up TikTok and it's like, I can't watch both of these things at the same time.
No.
Like, why have I just suddenly, what was I looking for just now in opening TikTok? Like, what chemical reaction was I hoping to have
Exactly.
that the TV wasn't doing for me?
Exactly. What triggered it and at what point?
Hmm
It will even be like a short thing, like EastEnders is only 30 minutes. I watch that every morning.
hmm
Why do you need a break in between a 30-minute show? Like it's scary.
Yeah, EastEnders this year has not been a good, this has not been a good year for EastEnders. I'd say midway through the year. But to be honest, what was Christmas last year? It wasn't the six. It was Cindy. It was Cindy's
Is Cindy revealing that she was
attack.
sleeping? Oh, yes. Yes. So she got exposed for
Hmm
sleeping with her ex-husband's son,
hmm
and then it was like a whodunit. There were so many people that could have hit her over the head. That wasn't the
Yeah.
best.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, has it actually been going downhill since that, like New Year's? Has it been a longer term thing?
Yeah.
Because yeah, we hold on strong. We're still watching EastEnders. We definitely have had times off
Mm.
throughout the years, but this year I think I've watched it the least out of like in recent years. I have really checked out for months at a time. I only started watching. I actually only caught up with December episodes a couple of days before Christmas because I wanted to
Mm.
be ahead of it for Christmas. But it's just so disappointing. I'm really hoping that 2026 is it brings us better EastEnders episodes because I like it as part of my routine.
Same. I do. I do as well. I do feel like, you know how people say Arsenal supporters are like the most loyal
Yeah,
people in the
yeah,
world? I'm really feeling that with being an EastEnders watcher this
literally.
2025 because there's been so many times when I should have just said, do you know what? You guys aren't bringing it. So what's the point of me giving you 30 minutes of my day every single day?
Like I did. I checked
Yeah.
out when they weren't being good.
But I would be the one watching and letting you know when to tap back in. And it would be
Yeah.
so hard because I'm like, what? There's nothing. They're not giving us anything. It's not good. The acting, some of them have been crap. There's the long lifers that are actually really good. Like I think Jake Wood's good. Brannon is a good
Mm.
actor. I think Kat's good.
Yeah, Cat's good. Do you know when it all went downhill for me was actually the 40th anniversary episode and that whole all of that stuff about killing off Martin and everything. I was just like, ah, no, you've lost me. That's annoying. He
Mm.
wasn't my favorite character, but I love Stacey and I just thought that we were getting something good for her. But whatever. That's by the by. Were there any other key moments from this year that comes to mind? Because I just remembered we also had these are more recent, but we had the obviously the Diddy downfall and finally being prosecuted and sentenced. Not enough, mind you, and I'm hoping that there's still more on this and that more justice is coming. But also remember the Louvre,
Yes.
yeah,
It got
theft that
robbed.
happened a few months ago. Yeah, yeah, which actually didn't feel like real life and still doesn't.
Oh, do you have a conspiracy brewing?
I have a conspiracy about every single thing. I think that's actually something, as I've gotten older, I definitely am more inclined to question things and be way more suspicious about like what they tell us in the media and like what's actually happening behind the scenes. Do
Mm.
you know what it is? I think it's the more I hear about like what happens in certain powerful spaces that I'm like, I think it's more like scandal than we like to think.
Yeah, yeah. I do believe that actually. I think it's very
Mm.
aligned. And the amount of people that I'm like, you are so Cyrus coded, it's not even funny.
Seriously.
Yeah, you're right.
But another thing that I wanted to mention, and this one is just like a TikTok series. So we had the Danish Deception, which we spoke about in one of our episodes. Listen to that if you haven't yet. But we also had Kendra. Did you see the story of Kendra, who fell in love with her AI? No, who fell in
Oh,
love with her psychologist.
yes.
And it was essentially, people have described it as like AI-induced psychosis. Or she
Yeah.
already was like mentally fragile, I guess. And then she was using AI, ChatGPT, and another model to kind of affirm her existing delusions
Mm.
towards her psychologist. So Kendra, I want to say she did like a 30-part series on TikTok, but it's still going. I don't know if you know, it's still
No, I
going
didn't
today.
know.
Yes, the last time I checked, which actually was a couple of weeks ago, she's still going. She's still releasing parts. She's on live all the time, like talking about how she's in love with her therapist and how he's so terrible. So essentially, this woman, Kendra, shared a story on TikTok, which is what we're doing these days. Everyone seems to be releasing their real life dilemmas and issues and sharing it on TikTok in like 20-part series, which again, absolutely fine for me, who's extremely nosy and loves to hear about people's dramas. But Kendra was talking about her psychologist. So if she had a psychologist who she describes as like young and attractive. She had to see him once a month for her prescriptions, because she was taking different medications for her ADHD and something else. I think she had a suspected diagnosis, or they were working on a further diagnosis, which we don't have details about. But he was essentially checking in on how her ADHD medication was working for her. And in the course of that treatment with him, she falls in love with her psychologist. But the whole story is about how he somehow manipulated her into falling for him in the first instance, but also knew that she was in love with him, and took advantage of her just to be able to continue receiving that validation and ego boost from her. So he's keeping her around for that reason. And also, he didn't put in place any strong boundaries when she was pushing the boundaries of how you behave with a psychologist. So she talks about, honestly, you listen to it, and at the start, you think, oh gosh, how unprofessional of this man to continue entertaining a patient who clearly is vulnerable and has feelings for him. But then the more you listen to it, the more you realize, oh, this is a very unreliable narrator here, and this person is not well. This
Mm.
person is purely projecting, and she was really, really projecting, and she was using ChatGPT to validate her assumptions. So, and also encourage her crazy behaviors around the psychologist. So one of the things that she did was she had a sex dream about him one night, and she spoke to Chat to analyze the dream. And Chat GPT would often analyze a lot of the interactions with her and her psychologist, and it would all lean into whatever she was saying was happening.
Mm.
So she would have a sex dream about him, and then she'd ask Chat to analyze the dream, and he'd say this and this and this. And then she actually went to tell her psychologist about the dream. So she sat in one of her sessions, and mind you, these sessions were just to check up on her prescription. How is the amount of medication working for her ADHD? And now she's telling her psychologist, I had a sex dream about you.
Oh, God. And chat, you know what ChatGPT is like? It'll just be like, absolutely, he fancies you
Right,
so much, and you should tell him about the dream. And
exactly.
it will go this way and this way because you told me that you gave me the prompts, and I'm completely agreeable.
exactly that, and that's what happened. So when she told him the dream, he got very uncomfortable. She told him at the end of the session, and he kind of like hurried her out of the room and walked her to her car as well. And she took that as, oh, he walked me to my car. Like he obviously wanted something to happen. He was obviously, or he was so flustered because he was so turned on and he really enjoyed the dream. When actually, when you look at it, it's a very uncomfortable person who is just making sure that this person is actually leaving the building and has safely made it to their car because you scared me.
Mm.
And then when she told that scenario to Chat GPT, obviously it's saying, yeah, you're right, it's this. He obviously has feelings for you that aren't appropriate, and this is how he's dealing with it, and this and that. And yeah, it just really, really pushed her even further into this crazy way of thinking. And that led to a update in ChatGPT. Like they actually updated their model. That's what brought us version 5.
Ah,
Yeah, because
yes.
people were really pushing for, I mean, I don't know if that was it directly, but the timing was just quite coincidental that this series had gone viral and people were really criticizing AI for being irresponsible and how it interacts with people who clearly are vulnerable. And then we
Mm.
also had stories which were really quite sad. People who unfortunately ended up dying by suicide because of conversations they'd had with chat, where it
Yeah.
kind of did encourage them or push them or make them think that that was the right thing to do for themselves. So the new model is just about being a bit more responsible and aware, and also trying to remove that feeling that people get that they're talking to an actual person and that this is their friend. I think they put limits on how many messages back and forth you can have, or how
Yeah.
many, yeah.
But
And
that's
then also,
only if but you can bypass that by paying.
oh,
Like
okay,
if you have logged in and you pay for the premium one, then you
right.
can do back and forth even more. Um,
Okay. But did they limit the amount of like, and there's also audio calls that you can have with it. Did they limit that as well? I feel like
I
they might
don't
have,
know.
I think they might have limited that because people will literally be like, ChatGPT is my boyfriend, and they'll sit there and have a call with
Yeah.
it like it's their boyfriend. And they
Boyfriend,
have
best
it,
friend,
yeah,
therapist. Yeah.
yeah. And they'll have it calling them babe or calling them
Yeah.
this.
Oh God. It really makes you
Yeah.
think how is it going to evolve even more? Because we know that they've made these changes only because the majority is asking for it and it's, they know that it's their responsibility, but they're not doing it from a place of
Hmm.
caring about us so much. Like it's clearly just to make sure that it keeps going. But it does make you think how much it's going to evolve in the next few years because the voice ones, the fact that you can have an
Yeah.
actual phone call with it. I like the one where you can text to type and just tell them. No, it's not even text to type. You can just send them a voice note of the a
Mm-hmm.
situation. Because I have done it in a couple of occasions where I'm like, this is how I'm feeling. I really need to sit with these like thoughts and I want to
Hmm.
understand why I might be feeling this. And I did find it useful. But having a phone conversation with a robot is but the thing about ChatGPT as well, though, sorry, is the responses does make you feel like you're talking to a robot at times. Like maybe my prompts are rubbish, but I am like, your responses are so not human-like because
Mm.
obviously you're not a human. But it does make you think, why are you saying these things? I can't think of a big example.
Do you know what the worst is? Where you do have like a phone conversation with it, an audio call with it, and it's literally stuttering or giggling, or I saw one where it sneezed midway through, and
I
I was
saw
like,
that.
why
That
are you
scares me.
sneezing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Stop doing this. Stop playing with me like this. Be for real. You're not supposed to be here cosplaying me. You be you.
yeah,
You
they
be the
should
robot
make
that
it.
has all the answers.
Yeah, they should make it sound like this is the answer like it doesn't need to have a American accent or a West African accent or this accent or let it be a robot that it
Yeah.
is.
I don't mind. I actually don't mind the speech patterns that it flows like a normal conversation, but I don't like the little giggles and the do you like that? Oh, okay. And the stuttering and that is just like now I feel like you're taking the piss out of me. I feel like you're insulting my actual intelligence.
I end
Um,
up feeling bad because I'm like, the way all these like meme videos.
where they're like scream
Yeah,
like you're. Like
Like,
you're being chased
and
by
it's
someone that's
so
going to kill you.
embarrassed to do it. And they're like,
Yeah.
how was that for you? Was that
Like,
good enough?
oh,
Um,
uh, sorry, but it gets so shy and embarrassed after.
yeah. Or
But
even when you're like more concise and you
oh
just
yeah,
start feeling bad that you're like beating it and making
yeah.
it
It
a
actually,
slave to you.
I was using it today to help me reformat something that I was drafting. I was just like, are you not able to just kind of like access the web and get me a summary of this thing? And it was like, honest context in brackets, so you're not annoyed at me.
Oh,
I can, yeah. I was like, how have I been speaking to my AI that it's starting to caveat things like this? Which I actually am very, very, very patient and kind with mine, except for when
yeah.
it's not, except for when you told it 12 times, make it concise. Or I'm like, did I say 5 points? Because you've given me four.
I was
You know,
talking to Ron on my birthday because she stayed over and we were just chatting and she was like, oh, surprised that I use not ChatGPT, but
Copilot.
Copilot every single day for work. She was like, how much time does it actually save you? Because you're prompting it to say what you know what you want to say, and then you're telling it, this is
Hmm.
what I want to say. And then it
Hmm.
comes back with ribble
This,
that's just
yeah,
shit. And then you go, okay, no, I wanted you to say it like this and more concise. And
yeah.
then you go back and forth, and you're there going back and forth. She was like, why didn't you just send the email as you had written it? Because you know what you want to say and you know how concise you want to make it. Why did you do all of that? And I was just looking at her blankly, like,
It's a good
what?
point. It's actually a good point. But I like writing the email instead of being like, I want to write an email requesting this and updating on this and letting them know this. I will actually draft the email
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
send it to them and say, is this the right order? Is this the right tone? Like sometimes I just want it to flow in a way that's giving the most important information at the top and then giving the context. I
Yes,
know that
exactly.
I can structure it myself, but it is quicker when you do it that way. And also once you've retrained your AI model and it knows how you like to work and it has enough context and background to be useful, it can be really useful. But you have to know how to use it properly because it also will just make things up. You shouldn't use it for I wouldn't use it for research.
No, no,
I wouldn't use it for your first draft of anything.
no. I'm like you. I like to give it what I've got and go critique this. What are the questions that
Hmm.
might come out of this?
Hmm. Hmm.
How can I make this more concise or better? Or for
Yeah,
this, or how do I change this for
for
my
this
senior manager?
audience. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know certainly for Copilot, you can put a prompt, like a prompt at the start of your whole chats with it, or somewhere in the settings where you can say, I am a project manager. I'm this level.
Mm.
This is where I work, this is the team that I work underneath. You are my assistant. Give me brief, like you can give it as many prompts
Yeah.
as you want to make it the ultimate AI assistant for you.
Right. So like add things to the memory. So it's like this is how I always expected this particular thing, and this is
Exactly.
what I'm usually looking for. This is the context in which I work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't done that yet, but I think that is a good shout.
Yeah, I think it's worth everyone learning how to use AI in the most effective ways for themselves. I know a lot of people are against it, and that's fine. And I think also the way that we interact with AI is going to change in time. We're obviously still very early, but in certain professions and certain fields, if you're in the corporate world, it's useful to just know how it's going to work for you.
Exactly. I remember when we went to Black Tech Fest and a lot of them kind of said that line of AI won't take your jobs, but people using AI will
Yeah,
take your
yeah.
jobs. And I actually think that that is true.
Actually, one last thing I want to say on the whole AI technology thing is, when you're saying sometimes you feel bad for ChatGPT when we're literally flogging it, being like more concise. I think, well, every year someone builds a new kind of robot or a new physical gadget that is like a robotic thing, and then they add in some intelligence as well, and it's supposed to respond to different cues. I always feel bad for those robots. Every single robot I see walking like a human or doing some human task, or
Mm.
like those ones, there's one that I've seen that's like it walks around, I think it's on TikTok. It walks around saying bullshit to people. But like if it trips over, it can't get up.
Oh my God.
And that always, I'm like, help it. It looks, I feel like, don't look at it. Don't look at it right now. It's so embarrassed. It must be so embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have more of those because I know that in Milton Keynes they've got those robots that deliver food and
Oh
deliver packages
yeah,
around.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
surprised we don't.
They have them in different parts of America as well.
Yeah. That is so funny. I'm just imagining a robot falling over in like Oxford Street or something. It just would
Oh,
be
just it's just on the ground kicking, thinking it's still walking. Help it up. Or don't look at its shame. It's so embarrassed on the ground right now.
Oh, that is so funny.
But yeah, what else about 2025? Should we actually go into our own personal year?
Yes, there is that TikTok trend that people are doing where they are saying their highlights of the year. They basically have a cake normally or some sort of like nice food, and then they'll put a toothpick with like a post-it note of their key highlights of 2025 and what they've achieved. So I thought it'd be fun for us to do three
Ooh,
each.
okay.
Yeah, they start it with, "My name's Chid, and this year I dot dot dot."
Okay, I have seen those videos.
Yeah, very cute.
Do you want to start? How would you, in general, how would you say this year was for you? You said it was a kind of a shitty year, but was that more of a general view for us, like in the world or in your personal life?
I think general and personal, but I do think there were really nice moments and there were big nice moments. So
Hmm.
I can't rule it off as a really, really shit year. It was still good
Yeah.
in its entirety.
Yeah, I'd say it was good. Yeah, it was a good year overall. A lot of challenges, but I would still classify it as a good year. But yeah, I'm interested to hear your key achievements and the things that you're most excited about this year.
Okay, I'll kick it off then. My name is Chid, and this year I passed my driving test.
Woo! That's a big one. That is
Yeah.
a big one.
I'm just so glad to not be paying my instructor hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds
Or
every single
paying
month.
like some people to find you a test date because it's so bad these days to
Oh my
find
God,
a driving
so
test.
bad. Thankfully,
Oh,
I didn't have to do that. I was up at, what is it, 5:30 a.m. on a Monday trying to find myself a
that
test
is so
center.
good. That is
Yeah.
so good. And you passed on your first time, which is no easy feat.
Yes, I did. Woo. Oh, honestly, I was so happy. I passed in June and it's ticked off and done. Okay, your
Amazing.
turn.
My name is Og, and this year I doubled my income from the start of the year to the end of the year. So I actually got two new jobs throughout the year and ended up earning literally double, more than double than I was at the start of the
Oh
year.
my God, big money mama.
Yes, very, very proud. The job that I started the year with was so good, great team, great company. I was just very comfortable there. I'd been there for 3 and a bit years, very comfortable, very well supported, but didn't really have that space for growth. I could see that there wasn't a next step for me within the company, which
Mm.
was quite sad. But I was looking for the next challenge and I found somewhere new, and that wasn't what I expected it to be. So I left there. I was there in Feb, moved on after fulfilling my contract, and just recently started my new job in October, which so far so good, really loving it. I'm
Yay.
really, really proud of that. That was something that I had on my bingo card for this year was to get a new job with better pay and really good career prospects. And I can actually see a lot of space for growth in this company. So I'm very, very pleased with that. That's a big achievement of this year.
Yeah, tick, tick, and tick. Oh my
Exactly.
God. Absolutely amazing, especially in this climate. Hold
Hmm.
tight, you guys looking for jobs because it's hell out there.
Guys, honestly, keep at it. Don't give up. Just do your best, man. It's so hard. But stay positive because genuinely, I faced so much rejection in that time. And your dream job is around the corner. Don't worry.
Lend us a tenner. Okay. Hi, my name is Chid, and this year I moved to a new town that is closer to my family and that I absolutely love.
I love that. And it's such a nice little place.
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
really,
it's really improved your standard of living,
yeah, definitely. Like,
as well as having the car.
oh my God, yeah. Those two things has really made me go, oh, this is adult life and I love it.
Mm, I
It
need
has.
that next year. I need a new car. I need a license next year and a car.
I just think you're gonna pass it so quick and it's going to be so easy for you. I'm just like, if I can do it, you have so got this.
Thank you for the
Seriously.
confidence. Thanks for the confidence. We'll see how it goes. That's on my list for next year. So I'll keep you updated. My name is Og, and this year I went on a writers' retreat in Greece and met an amazing group of people, talented group of writers who we just had the most fun week ever, where I was extremely inspired and enriched and yeah, I had the best time ever. It's called Black Pens Retreat and it's hosted by a incredible author called Onyi Nwabeneli and she has published two books, one of them the most recent one being Allow Me to Introduce Myself, which I would really recommend. It's around social media and it's written from the perspective of a girl who grew up as a like family vlogger star, as in her family
Hmm.
did like family vlogs
Oh, okay.
and
So
she was a child at the time, and it's just the kind of fallout from that and the drawbacks to having such a public childhood, the impacts of that growing up. So yeah, very topical and very interesting. But the actual retreat itself was just so brilliant. It was such a highlight of my year. We went to Greece, this island called Lefkada in Greece. Very mountainous, very picturesque. The venue that we were at was like different villas, so we were sharing villas with like three other people and then we'd all eat together, do workshops, have like really amazing writers and like publishers and people in the industry come and speak. And then in the daytime and the evenings, we would also drink wine and get in the pool or get in the hot tub or get massages or just go for walks. And it was just honestly such an amazing week. So yeah.
yes. Hi, my name is Chid, and I jumped into the sea unaided, without
You
floats or
without a lack
anything.
of, yeah.
That was on my bingo card because that was something I learned how to swim in 2024, 23, 24.
No, not 24.
When was it? 24, 23?
22. Maybe 23, 22.
Maybe it was 22. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
learned
think it
how
was
to swim in my
22.
early 20s. Like it was later on, I guess, for the majority. Yeah,
Yeah.
of people. And one of my goals after I set little goals after each of my lessons. So like swim in the deep end, jump into the pool, and then it was like swim in the sea, jump in the sea. And I actually managed to do that this July because me and Will, my boyfriend, went on a holiday to the Dominican Republic and we went to this amazing island where we were able to jump off, play around. There were just different spots where we can snorkel and do all sorts of fun activities. And I was like, this is my chance. I'll jump in once with me and Will holding hands just to ease me in. And then once I did it once,
So
it
you
was
can
just
drag his head down if you need some buoyancy.
yeah, just that floating device right there for me. Then once I did it once, I was like, again, again, again. And it was honestly so great. I know that people always say, people that have been swimming for years and years and grew up swimming will be like, it's salt water, you'll just float right back up, you're absolutely fine. I was just, you're scared when you're a new swimmer. Like it's not
Hmm.
as easy thing to do, but I loved it. And so I'll definitely be doing it again for my next holiday and doing more like swimming in the sea.
That sounds
Yeah,
so fun. And the backdrop of Dominican Republic as well.
honestly,
When in
dreamy.
Rome, you have to jump into the ocean.
Absolutely.
That is so bold. I don't know how long it would take me to get to that point. Because I love swimming, absolutely love swimming. But the ocean and the sea, it's so scary.
It is.
What's
You
in
really have
there?
to, honestly, you really had to block it out. There were so many times when I've snorkeled that was with a life jacket because there's no way I'm doing long swimming without a life jacket or some sort of floaty. And I would be looking at the fish and looking at the turtle and just being so looking at the fish and just being so like, this is so cool. And then suddenly it hits me. You're in the sea, you're in the ocean, get
Hmm.
out. And I
Hmm.
just have to keep going back to the boat, refresh, sit down, really think about what it is that I'm doing, then stop thinking about it and then go back in,
Yeah.
then find out that I'm doing what I'm doing, go back. It was just like back and forth.
Maybe I'll put that on my list for next year because I definitely want to travel more and and like more adventures. Like not, I don't want to do another poolside holiday next year. Well, maybe a small one,
Mm.
but
You
I'd want
needed
to do.
that this year though. You needed
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fly
yeah.
and flop holiday this year because this year was
Yeah,
too go for you to start doing.
yeah, exactly. So that was Egypt, was our little just by the pool, drinking and eating. Um, but yeah, my third achievement for this year, my name's Og, and this year I ran a 5K for the first time.
Oh my God. This one is so cool. I think
Yeah,
anyone
I
that
mean,
can run and
no,
do just
anyone can run. It's very, I think you could easily run a 5K today if you wanted to, 100%. It's actually, there's not much in it apart from the mental block. There's nothing in it. It's literally just keeping yourself moving and like keeping going when you want to stop. That's literally it.
wow.
The biggest barrier is that you don't want to do it. That's literally it. A 5K is not a marathon. It's not even 10K now. Different conversation. I don't think that I could do that. But you could run a 5K. It takes you like 40-ish minutes. Well, it took me 40-ish minutes. And that was my first 5K. I'm not really much of a runner, but Alex is. And one of the other things I had on my list was to go for a run with him. And he doesn't do anything less than 5K. So that was already decided. I went for my run, my 5K first, and then did another one with him, which was actually so much fun. So much fun.
Oh.
I'll definitely go again.
Would you put 10K on your list for next year
No.
and get a medal? Okay.
No, 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 no. I'm not there. Next year I have goals around fitness, but to be honest, maybe I should put 10K on there. Maybe I should. Running is not, I'm not really keen on it.
Mm.
I do like it, and it actually, do you know what? I enjoyed it way more than I expected. Because I started running last year. Like me and Chantal would go for runs, and we'd only do like we'd keep it very, very simple. We do like
Mm.
3K, call it a day, get back home.
Mm.
And it after the second lap is when you really start to enjoy it. So maybe I will put a running goal on my list for next year. But we have another big achievement this year that we haven't touched on, which was starting the podcast.
Yes.
And that was on our both of our bingo cards for last year was to start our podcast. We've had this idea for a long time, and it's just about putting it into effect. So next year it's going to be just about growing the podcast even more, continuing to enjoy it, staying consistent, and keeping contact with our audience as well. So keeping you guys in the conversation, having more of that group chat energy, which will be really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. So our names are Chid and Og, and we started Day in the
Stay on
Line
the line, sis.
this year.
Yes, episode 11.
Yay. Go
Um,
us.
go us. We did something that we were talked about for ages, which is not easy to do. Okay, so there were some good things about 2025. So what things are we wanting to bring into 2026? And what things do we definitely want to, is definitely going to stay in this year and it's not coming with us? So what's our ins and outs?
Okay. First in, which I think we had touched on, consistency.
Yes. Yes.
Every aspect of life. Just be consistent with the good
Hmm.
things.
Yeah, this is a lesson that I have been trying to learn for years and years is that 70% is better than 100% because I'm sorry, 70% is better than 0%.
Yeah.
You don't always have to strive for 100%. Like you can just do it when as and when you can, but just keep returning back to it and be consistent with it.
Yeah.
Um, Another in kind of to that same lesson is action, do the thing, execute. Action over dialogue.
Yes. Oh God, that was a big lesson this year.
Yeah, yeah. Another in is financial literacy.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, just knowing what you're doing with your money, where you're putting it, how to make it grow, how to use it to make you even more happy. Because I also do believe in spending your money and letting it breathe and letting it circulate because we don't need to hold on tight to it like we're never going to get any more. But we do need to be sensible about how we're using it.
Yeah, in dinner parties and hosting. I just have
Ooh,
loved those. I love when people host. I like hosting myself as well. But I guess it kind of links to money and it's a lot more expensive to go out to eat depending on how many
yeah,
people you're
yeah.
cooking for. Having people over your at your house, it's just so nice.
Yeah, I think the people are yearning for this these days. House parties, house events, getting together in people's homes.
Mm.
It's just the house share of it all, the fact that the economy is so bad that most of us don't have our own places to host at.
Yeah.
But those of us that do, you need to take this responsibility seriously and get your friends together in your home, which should become the hub. I like that one. I will say authentic human expression. So I know a lot of people are like posting online more, posting content, but also in like daily interactions, just it's important to be human now more than ever. And I don't mean just because of all the shit going on, like politically, but I mean because of the AI takeover. People are in need of connection and
Yeah.
also just real content that actually reflects what it means to be a human being and not feeling like you have to fit a mold to go viral or not talking shit on Twitter because you want to get clicks and it's paying you and not putting out a video that looks like just a normal chatty video, but it's actually an advert couched in advice.
That actually links with some of my outs. Have you done all your ins?
Okay, let's go on to outs.
My out, two that are linked, I think. I hate rage baity content that has really been on the
Hmm.
rise because everyone wants to just grab attention and get the clicks and get the engagement. And it's just become a really easy way to put out content. The second one is billionaire influencers. I think it is rage bait. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
just can't stand like even the people that say they're rich incorrectly. Have you seen that kind of quote? They're
No.
like, oh, they're doing rich right. And it's like Becca Bloom because she's got loads of like Christian Dior nice tops. And I'm
Wait,
just like,
what?
what are you saying, guys? Are we hearing ourselves?
What does it? Okay, so having the nice stuff as opposed to every other rich person who doesn't have nice stuff?
I don't even know. It'll be like, oh, she actually doesn't have like tacky clothes. She has really nice stuff. Or
Come
there
on.
was a video that she did where she gave loads and loads of Christmas presents away. There's this thing in America called an angel tree, and you pick the stuff
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
give it
So I've
to
seen that.
children in need. And I'm just like, that's a drop in the ocean for her to give a few footballs and Beyblades out. Like, I don't
Mhm.
think that she's rich and right. But yeah, I just think if I was super mega rich, I wouldn't be posting on TikTok showing everyone all my super mega richness. I'd just be going and enjoying being super mega rich. I just don't get it.
Do you know what? I so hear that, but I have to say that I really enjoy Temi Otedola's vlogs, like her daily. What would happen if I vlogged every day of my life? I live for those videos. And in general, I think I quite enjoy watching rich Nigerians living their life. As much as I can criticize them and dislike them, and I'm like, where are you getting your wealth from? What's your dad doing? Really? That's
Mm.
all the corruption and bullshit. I agree with you. I agree with you, but I do enjoy watching it. I do enjoy watching the other side and seeing what they're doing over there. An out for me is flogging yourself over body image, negative body image.
Mm.
Let's not slog in the gym from January 1st this year just to be super, super thin like everyone is doing these days. I think my out is just this new Ozempic thin standard of beauty, which is plaguing the common man from celebrity to civilian. It's everywhere. It's very much giving early 2000s. So out is crazy goals around weight loss that is just going to be damaging and self-flagellating.
Okay, my out that's kind of like side eye to myself is overconsumption. I know Ek is doing she's buying
12 items.
12 items,
Yeah.
so she's only allowed one a month. And I
Mhm.
think I might join her, because I think I do need something that's just going to inject a bit of. It'll also be quite fun because you really
Mhm.
have to think,
You get a present every month.
yeah, and you look at your
Yeah.
wish list and go, okay, so
Yeah.
what's actually ranking higher? It's
Hmm.
like top trumps. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it.
I've had a wish list throughout the year as well, which I think I've got most of the things on the
Yeah, you
list.
bought it all in.
I bought everything
You bought
in during
everything.
Black Friday, yeah. But the thing about having that list is it's not just any fleeting desire that comes to you on a
Exactly.
whim that you quickly go and press order and check out before you even have a chance to think about where would it even go. Would I
Mm,
use this? Do I really want this? Or did I just see a video that made me imagine my life with it and how it's going to make me feel
yeah.
and then jump to purchase? But it actually encourages more mindful spending because you what you're buying is stuff that you really, really, really want. So I know that boots would go on your list because you've been on the lookout for some good
Yeah.
ones. So when you find the boots that you like, and they can be a bit on the more pricey because you're not just buying loads of random shit throughout the month. When you actually purchase that, it just feels so much better.
Yes.
And out for me is not having a morning routine and waking
Mm,
up on working from home days, like half an hour before you need to log in, just brushing your teeth and washing your face and logging on. That's got to stop.
mm,
2026, I need to have a morning for myself where I'm setting up my day and it's not just feeling like the first thing I'm doing is logging in to work.
yeah.
I need to know that there's time for myself and that I'm also prioritizing my own day and my own goals. So I've been pretty good at establishing an evening routine this year, but my morning routine, I really need to get that one up to par,
I
including
am.
eating breakfast and sitting for a little bit and chilling before having to sell my labor.
Yeah, I think I need to reset mine. I think I did it pretty well this year, but I need to reset post Christmas and Betwixtmas because my sleep schedule, my waking up schedule has been so crazy and
Mm.
doesn't make any sense. But I need to reset my body clock.
I'm sure I have so many more ins and outs, but I'm gonna leave it there for now because
Yeah,
I think we both have things to do.
exactly.
But
I'd love to hear everyone else's ins and outs.
yeah, please do share your ins and outs for next year, your hopes for next year, so that we can see what kind of year are we getting next year. Is everyone on the same vibe and the same wavelength of wanting to make this the best year ever? Are we trying for another 2016, 10 years on? What's the vibe for this year? You guys tell me. And oh, should we put something on speaker, or is this kind of, should we take this segment as our speaker segment? To be fair, I do have one thing that I think for people who this resonates with, it will resonate. But I'm someone who really likes documenting my life, recording videos, taking pictures, writing, scrapbooking, anything that I can then look back on and be like, this is what I was up to at this particular point in my life. So this week, I want to put on speaker just having a project for the year or having some kind of means of tracking your year and grounding yourself throughout the year. So I saw a TikTok. I can't remember the creator's name now, and that's the thing about TikTok is it's actually I don't really engage with the name of the person who posts as much as I should. But I'll share this to our stories when I find it. There was a TikTok of a woman suggesting different projects you can do throughout the year. So you can do like recording a video a day, a second clip a day, or writing a line a day, like literally just like your most something that made you smile that day. Just daily kind of logs or something fun to reflect back on the year. Someone did a journal where they literally just color in each day. Each day is a little square all on one page and they just color in each day depending on what the weather was that day or depending on what their mood was that day or ranking each day or just having something I think throughout the year that you return to keep to stay mindful and also something that's going to be positive, obviously, not something that's just going to be dwelling on all the shit that you're going through. But if that helps, then yeah. But that's what I'd put on the speaker for this week since we're looking towards a new year. Take a picture of yourself every day, anything you can think of. Oh, I remember once I wrote myself a letter at the start of the year to be delivered to myself like the next year or like 5 years on. It was
Mm,
an email and I never actually got that email because I
that's
changed
so
emails. Yeah, I
annoying. I
changed
hate
emails
that.
and I never actually got that. But maybe I'll do it this year. Last year, I recorded a video where I was asking myself interview questions to answer them this year. And I still haven't gone back to that video and responded to it. But that's actually a good idea for reflection points so that you can look back on the year afterwards and see, oh, this is what I was asking about, or this is what actually happened, and update on what happened throughout the year.
Yeah, you need to answer them
Yeah, I need to. I don't
like
know if I will,
first.
you know. Yeah, maybe
Just
I
answer
will.
them. You don't have to post it anywhere. Just
Oh,
answer
yeah,
it
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
just record it
ask yourself questions for next year. I love
and
that
keep
you
it
did that.
going.
I wish I did that as well. And that's so funny that you put that because I've literally got scrapbooking documentation because I also saw that
Mm.
TikTok and I've got a book that's the one line a day for 5 years
Hmm.
that I really want to do, like reuse it again. I wish I had used it because I had got it around COVID and I was
Oh,
just
that
like,
would have been
I'm
really
not tracking
interesting.
this. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Slept all day again. Made banana bread. Had a panic attack about the state of the world.
Really?
Boris Johnson said, let the bodies pile high. That would have been a good one to look back at.
Seriously. Oh dear. That's so funny. I also did the second a day during my year abroad, and so had like a 3 minute like video,
Mm.
3.5 minute video of my year abroad. So I love those so much. And you don't have to share it. Like I know in this day and age we share everything and everything's
Hmm.
online. Like it can just be a thing that you've got for yourself. It's so fun to look back on stuff like that. So yes, I love. Yeah, I'm in support of that. Love. All right then. Well, I guess all that's left is to wish you all a really happy new year. I hope you
Yes.
have fun, whatever you're doing. I think the vibe this year, from my friends anyway, is a chill one. Everyone's at
We're
home,
locking down. Everyone's staying in their homes.
save a bit of money, cheers, watch the bells online, and then just
Yeah, pop a bottle. You can stay at home and do a scrapbook or like a mood board type thing for the year. I'm probably going to do the bingo cards again. Yeah, just think about the goals and put out good energy into the new year because this year's going to be good for me. I don't care. I actually don't care what's going to happen. It's going to be good for me. But yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. Be safe on New Year's Eve. Enjoy yourself, and we will see you next week.
see you in 2026. Bye.
Bye.